Alright, I know I said I was going to work on some videos, and it's been a while. I've just been very busy. And I apologize for people that actually are interested in my videos. I am still working on doing a series of videos talking about how games are art, as well as a few reviews. I'm probably not going to do new game reviews right as they come out. I'm going to have to wait a bit. But, in other news... Oh, too far. I have a guinea pig on my head. I wish I was making an Old Spice commercial, but I'm really not. This little guy is Donatello. He's actually the second guinea pig I have. First one I bought a month ago. Alejandro took ill. We're trying to get him better. And Donatello just melted my heart. And he also aspires to be a hat. So there's that. Well, while I'm here with the camera, I did want to give a few thoughts to some of the games I have been playing and basically let you guys know why I haven't been doing anything lately with the videos. The big reason is money. Right now, I'm in the middle of a few things, money-wise and work-wise. Job's going well, so health-wise as well, but I don't want to get into that. And hang on, let me fix this so he's not mooning everyone. There we go. I'll put him on my shoulder. There we go. But, sorry about that. But the big setback with the videos is, one, I'm going to start doing the Art of Gaming, the series on video games as art, with BioShock Infinite. This is a game I thought I was never going to play, much less enjoy, and I'll say right now, I love it. I regret selling it, but I needed the money, and I'm blown away by it. It is actually, anytime I think I finish writing the script for the Art of Gaming episode, something else happens that I think of, or, see, now he wants back in my head, that I think of, or I realize something, like the meaning of why in the beginning of the game they're saying God only knows what I'd be without you. And I have to go, oh crap, before I even record the audio, I have to talk about that. And I'm trying not to make it an hour-long show, and it's a pain, because with this one, there's so many things that you don't realize at first when you're analyzing it. It's like a very good movie, but better. And I know I'm going to get someone to go, no, movies are more art than video games. No, well, it's an opinion thing, I'll admit, but to me, no. I think they're about even. That's just what I think on it. But shortly after BioShock Infinite, I moved everything upstairs. I'm actually recording my room now, which has ugly green walls that I'm planning on repainting eventually. Hi. And shortly after that, my PS3 died. Not just died, it didn't die. The disk drive died. So I was still able to play downloadable games like Saints Row 2, Infamous, a few other ones. World Gone Sour. Game sucks. At the same time, my laptop's the charger died. So I literally had nothing but work and DVDs, because at the time my hours were picking up. They still kind of are. And other than that, nothing. So I was kind of going insane. I end up buying a part for my laptop that works really well, and my PS3 got a new lens for the drive. A week later, the lens crapped out, which brings me to what I was doing when the lens crapped out. See, the second Art of Gaming episode is going to be on L.A. Noire. And this is another game I absolutely love. I have played L.A. Noire before, and the reason I'm doing L.A. Noire for this isn't because, oh, it's my favorite game ever. It's something very specific that happens in it, and I'm going to warn you. I'm trying to avoid spoilers for the Bioshock one, but LA Noire is going to have spoilers. But it's old enough that I think people have already played it. Hopefully. But I want to warn people ahead of time, this is going to have spoilers in it unless the game's brand spanking new, or, came out this year. Further down the line, I may do Grand Theft Auto 5, but I'll come back to that. So I bought LA Noire for $10. I'm in the middle of playing LA Noire, and that's when the disk drive goes out the first time. Drive's fixed. I start playing Saints Row 4. Roughly a week later, after starting to play Saints Row 4 and doing all the side missions, so it's taking me forever to do all the main missions, I notice the music cuts out and my drive's making this weird noise every once in a while. I tried to save and it crashes and stops reading discs. So I take it back to the place, and I just heard yesterday that they are replacing the drive for free because it was a defective part. So that's been holding up my review of Saints Row 4, which is actually going to be me talking because I don't want to show gameplay footage of it. I have no way of setting up my camera to do it right now. And as much as I'd like to use Dazzle or any software capture, or video game capture software, if anyone knows a good one, let me know, please. Dazzle sucks on my computer because I got the wrong one. So it lags. One of my earlier videos was the NCIS Let's Play, and it lagged. So, yeah. Now that I've rambled on long enough, Saints Row 4. I'm about halfway through it, if not a little less than halfway. And I do like it. Of course, I'm not a big fan of the first two games. Like I said, I was playing the second one, and the second one just kind of bored me, except for the Septic Avenger missions. It's just not my type of game. And Saints Row 3 just upped the kookiness levels, made it all the more batshit, all the more insane, and I liked it. Nowhere near as much as I like 4. 4 is funny, it's goofy, it's hilarious, but that's the problem I'm having with it. It's funny for the wrong reasons, I think. I mean, there are genuinely funny moments in the game. There are. But it's not the references per se. I mean, you go up to Keith David, for example, and it took me forever to get this joke because it's been a while since I played Mass Effect. He says, "We can't run from Zinyak forever. We're going to have to make a stand." And it took me forever to realize that was a line from Mass Effect, except he doesn't say Zinyak, but the Reapers. That's the joke. It was a line from Mass Effect. Then, of course, Deep Silver has to put their ad in there. "I was 12 hours into Dead Island." I'm just going to go out here and say this. Dead Island is my white whale. I just got peed on. Hang on, I'm going to talk while I put him back and change my shirt yet again. Don't worry, I'm not going to flash you ladies. But yeah, Dead Island is my white whale. It's a game that is good on paper for me, but bad in practice. The reason being, the mechanics in Dead Island, even after they were patched, I went from baby to girl, suck. I don't know how many people have noticed that halfway through Dead Island, the game gets boring fast. You have done everything you can possibly do. And I'm digressing here, I realize. But it's something I have seen in other games, like the new Tomb Raider one, which I was going to do an Art of Gaming on, and I decided against it for now. It's just, you do everything, and the story doesn't really advance that much. You know, oh, they're trying to escape the island. And honestly, once you play the Red or White campaign, which is okay, you already know how the game ends. And honestly, I would say the Red or White campaign was more interesting than the actual game. It reminded me of a ghetto version of Ravenholm from Half-Life 2. Which is a good and a bad thing. But I thought it was more interesting than the main game. But throw in Deep Silver's record with the feminist horror, not achievement, ability that they originally gave Perna twice. The stupid fucking lap dance scene in Metro. Metro Last Light, another phenomenal game. Absolutely loved it, except for the combat, but that's a minor quibble I have with it. And then the lap dance happens. You're watching it going, is this put in here because we're meant to feel awkward? Or because Deep Silver wanted boobies? It's because Deep Silver wanted boobs. I mean, yeah, Deep Silver, I have no respect for. I almost didn't buy Saints Row 4 because of them. If I was going to buy it, I was going to buy it used just so they didn't get money from it, but I ended up buying it new, and I'm happy to report that so far I haven't seen senseless female nudity or sex or rape. Oh, wait! Yes, I have, with the Penetrator weapon! Though I'll give Deep Silver credit, at least you can use it on guys. I know it's supposed to be funny, and I know this may just be me and a select few other people. Rape isn't funny. I don't care if it's supposed to be making fun of aliens and anal probes. You could have done it in a different way, other than having a gun that has a dildo on it that spins. And again, that's probably just me. And I realize I have a double standard because it's not the Penetrator's probulator or something like that. The Penetrator's the giant dildo that I walk around with and smack people with in the game. Not in real life, don't worry, don't do that in real life. But that's not even the big problem I have with Saints Row 4. The big problem I have with Saints Row 4 is you're too overpowered from almost the very get-go. The first few missions you don't have your superpowers, but once you start getting them, oh boy are you unstoppable. I mean, so much so that the boss battles become annoying, not because you can't kill them. They're not hard to beat. They barely do any damage to you by the time you get some of your abilities. But they're so damn quick that by the time you get a beat on them, like you have this blast that you can shoot to knock their shields out. By the time you aim at them, they've jumped away in the middle of their attack. And it's just the bosses that do this. The Zen, the police officers, the basic minor grunts are easy. Races are easy. I haven't lost a race yet. Because all you have to do is run, hit the checkpoints, and go, okay, I'm done. I think that was the point. It's supposed to be mindless diversions, but the mindless diversions aren't challenging to me. I think the Fight Club ones are the most challenging. And that's just because they tell you, hey, you can't use guns. Okay. I still have telekinesis, I still have blast, I still have stomp. I have every other ability known to man, and these guys only have one of those abilities each, and guns. Yeah, I'm gonna win this. It's only challenging because it's cumbersome. I was underwhelmed by the Genki missions. I wish it was the old Genki missions, or at least some of the ones they used from the Saints Row 3 DLC, Genki Bowl. But it's not. It's throwing things through different colored loops. It's like people are blue, cars are green, and Genki objects are purple. That's it. That's all of Genki's game. And there's like three instances of it. Why bother? I mean, I love Genki, don't get me wrong, but 3 instances of his game, then go, that's it! Genki's out for the rest of the game. It just felt like pandering. But there are certain other things in the game that I absolutely love. The inclusion of Rowdy Roddy Piper, for example. The game kind of spoofs one of my favorite cheesy 80s movies, They Live. Keith David's in it, and Rowdy Roddy Piper's in it. They were both in They Live, with an epic fistfight scene. Guess what I'm looking forward to? Yeah. But it's a good game if you're looking for mindless fun. I just wish they did the side missions better. The reason I'm saying that isn't because, oh, they're side missions and they detract from the main game, like you would think. The side missions don't necessarily detract from the main game. It's not like Saints Row 2, where you have side missions that you have to do to unlock main missions. You can do the side missions, or you can do the main missions, or you can do both. And I'm choosing to do both because I'm kind of being a completionist. If you do the side missions for the characters, like their loyalty missions, and if you want to do everything for the character, you have to do all the side missions in the game. Because that's exactly what they are. You could do the side missions before you start getting your people back, or you could do the side missions when you get your people back when they assign them to you. I can see the good in that. I really can. Except that they're so fucking repetitive. I actually had one character give me 3 of the same minigame in one of his side missions. 3. Back to back. Because they were starting to run out of ideas for minigames. And it was a hacking one, which is basically assemble a bridge from point A to point B. You couldn't think of anything beyond that? I mean, they show some really good innovation, like the alternate reality missions, where it gives you like this VR platform where you have to jump and hit the bullseyes. And you have to get all of them in a certain point of time, or a certain amount of points in a certain amount of time. Those are interesting. But then you have the hacking missions, Mayhem, where you're causing chaos, which Mayhem's always fun. Insurance fraud, which you can't win without superpowers. I know they're trying to pimp the superpowers, but for insurance fraud it makes no sense why I have to jump up in the air, go ragdoll, fall, hit a car, and then get points, when I could just get hit by a car and get points. Anyway, I'm ranting about that long enough. And I'm probably going to have to make this 2 videos. I'm sorry I ranted so long about the other issues. But the next video is going to be what I liked about Saints Row 4, so stay tuned.